This episode of the Helping Healing Humor podcast is brought to you by Howell Wealth Management. On the Helping Healing Humor podcast, we talk about anxiety and stress and its impact on our everyday lives. We know that finances, including planning for retirement, is one of the leading causes of stress. It can be confusing and overwhelming. There are differing opinions on the best approach. It can be hard to know who to trust. For our retirement planning, Whitney and I trust Greg Howell of Howell Wealth Management at Northwestern Mutual. Greg is professional, knowledgeable, and accessible. He looks at the whole picture and thinks outside the box to create ways to help you reach your financial goals. Retirement planning can be especially challenging for ministers who do not have the benefit of a 401k, but Greg's expertise and creativity can get you on the right path and give you confidence for the future. Text him to schedule your free 15-minute consultation today at 931-638-1576. Be sure to tell him Ben and Travis sent you. Welcome into the Helping Healing Humor with Ben and Travis podcast, brought to you by the Staying Alive Disco Dodgeball Tournament for St. Jude, coming up this Saturday at Mars Hill Bible School in Florence, Alabama. Still time to get a team or sign up as an individual. We'll draft you to a team. Or be sure to just turn into the live stream over on Facebook.com/Ben and Travis. We're thankful to have you for part 2 of our interview with Cayron Mann, as she'll be talking a little bit about equine assisted therapy on this episode. Be sure to go check out part 1. And once again, thankful that you're with us. Well, Cayron, Ben and I had a wonderful experience. And was that last fall?
I believe it was.
Everything seems like a long time ago, in which we visited you and some other special animals, I'll say, some horses. So
not that you're an animal. No. Other special animals was just talking about the
animals.
Yeah.
And the horses, us wild animals.
It just doesn't get any better, does it?
No. And then you throw in some tubing and some cones and some other things. We had a blast. It was a lot of fun. There are pictures out there if you want to see them. But tell us a little bit about that and how that helps folks.
Absolutely. Another, I guess you'd say, a different modality. It's called Equine Assisted Psychotherapy. And we use horses, and where I'm associated is Renewed Spirits in Florence, Alabama, and we use horses in the therapy session. We may be out in the pasture. We might be in the arena. We're in the arena a lot right now because it's really hot out in the pasture, and there's a wonderful fan that keeps us comfortable there. Equine assisted psychotherapy. It is, well, for one thing, it is hard to ignore a 1,300-pound animal of prey that is in front of you. And this animal of prey is able to notice your heartbeat, able to notice any move that you're making, and is able to read you better than we can read each other. Of course, we're not animals of prey. We're predators. And so we don't think like an animal of prey does. A horse, from what I've been told and from what I understand, they're looking out for a predator 24/7. So a horse is going to respond to your move, a horse is going to respond to your every move. It's going to respond to your mood. When we have a client with who is out there with equine assisted psychotherapy, the client might be nervous, and the horse will reflect that with running, with they call it, the horse will just start kind of licking and chewing, and the horse is already processing what they're noticing in the client. We'll allow the clients at first, and I believe that y'all did this, just started out brushing. What I find interesting is that brushing is a side-to-side movement, which goes with EMDR. Mm-hmm. But that just calms the horse. It also helps calm the client, and it creates a connection between the client and the horse. But what on earth do horses do that can help a client figure out something? Well, it's interesting. The client will oftentimes create their own metaphors. When we walk out into the pasture and the client is, well, I don't know if the client's really trying to decide on which horse to work with. It's interesting how the horse often chooses the client, and we see that time after time. It's a pretty neat thing to see. But a client will all of a sudden notice how the horse is acting, how the horse is responding, and will suddenly say, yeah, that's just like the person that I'm having a hard time dealing with right now. And I haven't even said a word. The client will oftentimes create and be able to match that with what's going on with them. I stay out of the way as much as possible. I use a lot of clean language, and by clean language, the way we're trained in equine assisted psychotherapy, I'll just give for example, if the horse moves, I don't define that as, oh, look, the horse just moved away from you. All I say is, that's interesting. The horse just had some movement. And I leave it to the client to decide if the horse was moving away or if the horse was moving toward.
You said about the horse choosing. I think I remember that happening with us. We the rest of them were standoffish, and one came over. Can't remember the name, and was all up in our business. He or she was not letting us do much of anything else. But
And we prepared a path of all those, paraphernalia, as you said, out on the ground, and I remember it coming and breaking through it and dragging them off, and just here's this path that we have planned, and it was almost like we interpreted that as, well, maybe there's a better path. Maybe the horse knows a better path. So,
and that's the thing about equine assisted psychotherapy. Clients can generally find their own answers when they're in a place where they can be calm, where they can finally see a path. And when we're in the arena, y'all mentioned, we kind of joked about paraphernalia. There's a lot of items in there. PVC pipes, cones, hula hoops, pool noodles. And sometimes the client will say, I'm just stuck. I'm just not sure which way to go. So I'll ask the client, well, we've got this space here. We're in a pretty large arena. We've got all these items here. What would that look like if you could build what you're worried about? And next thing, and then we step back. I say we, because I always work with an equine specialist. And the equine specialist that I work with, her name is Donna Bolton, and she's had thousands and thousands of hours of experience with horses. She's there for our safety. She's there for the horse's safety. She's also there because she notes every change that she sees in the horse. But getting back to what we asked the client to do, we step back and the client goes to work. We don't know what's going to be built, what's going to be constructed. I had a client not too long ago that started drawing in the dirt and just kept drawing circles and circles and circles, and then explained, well, this is me, this is family, this is school, this is work, and again, felt stuck. How do I get onto these other things? Next thing we know, the horse is just walking right through it.
You obliterate it.
Walking right through it. And the client was able to say, well, I never really thought about there might be another way out of this, except when this 1,300-pound animal of prey just goes traipsing through and did what it would have taken me probably 5 sessions to do.
Yeah. Well, instead of dealing with the elephant in the room, you're dealing with the horses in the room.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Okay, so for the hunter in me, I need to know something. How close does the animal of prey have to be to you to sense that your heart rate has been elevated?
I'd probably
just need to know.
Yeah, I'd probably need to defer to my equine specialist, but generally, by the time we walk into the arena, that horse might be halfway across the arena and I guess hearing. But as for them sensing the heart rate, I'm not really sure.
Okay. Just find that out for me. I need to know.
I'll see what I can find out. Yeah.
I need to know what kind of distance
Yeah.
and what kind of, anxiety things I need to practice for the fall when I'm up in a tree stand or a shooting house. And are they registering my heartbeat, or are they just nervous because they're deer? So I'm just trying to figure it out.
Deer assisted psychotherapy. I don't know. But
I think Ben practices that a lot.
Hunting assisted psychotherapy.
I think the deer help Ben out a lot.
No doubt about it. I'm sure that that is something that you're very aware of your breathing. And when you're aware of your breathing, that is going to lower that heart rate. Yeah. Absolutely.
More aware of my breathing so my shot doesn't go where I don't want it to. But anyway.
If you're with someone in the shooting house,
there you go. You got it.
And they're excited and nervous, are they going to have as much success?
Not generally. It's hard. But it's hard not to get a little excited and nervous.
Exactly. Yeah.
Been there.
Well, Cayron, if somebody is in the Shoals area, they'd like to reach out to you or maybe one of your colleagues, how could they do that? What's the best way to contact you to get on your client list, or that someone you might could refer them to?
Sure. My office number is 256-320-4200.
Excellent. Well, man, some great information, exciting stuff. I'm always interested to hear about the different therapies that are out there. And like I said, so many of them seem simplistic. It's not something that's going to be, you can, and I think all of it really, you kind of get to determine the direction of all of it. And I think that sometimes we get I'm not going to go in there and see anybody because they may dig deeper than I want them to. And it really is up to you to a large degree how much that you're willing to do and practice, and your success has a lot to do with you as the client.
And if someone just wants to, get more information, I'm happy to talk with them about it, because there is just a lot more than what we can, cover in a podcast.
Yes.
So if someone just wants more information, just give me a call. Absolutely.
Awesome. Great. Well, thank you for coming on and joining us and being a part of it. Thank you for being a friend of the podcast. Since the very beginning, you've encouraged us, you've given us ideas, and so we're thankful for it.
Oh, you're very welcome. I mean, I need something to do on my way to work and back, so that's what I listen to.
We are very thankful for Challenge Youth Conference continued support of this podcast and their partnership in raising funds for St. Jude through the Staying Alive Dodgeball Tournament. The purpose of Challenge Youth Conference is to meet the needs of our church teenagers who are growing up in a society that is often indifferent to living a life for Christ. CYC's mission is to present a program utilizing solid and sound scriptural emphasis. Our vision is to maintain a positive program which empowers our teenagers with sound teaching that challenges and encourages them to live their lives for Christ. CYC Dallas will be on the weekend of January 13th through the 15th, and the Pigeon Forge dates are February 24th through the 26th. You can email info@cyconline.com or go to cyconline.com to learn more information. We hope to see you there. So, Cayron, we can't let you go without a fun question, as we call it. So I'll give you one fun question. So the last few weeks, you've mentioned how much you enjoyed our discussion of fun sing, of our favorite fun sing, our not so favorite fun sing, potato chip.
Purple soup.
So, Cayron, can you give us, and I'll let you make the choice. You can go negative, you can go positive, you can go both. So what is your favorite or least favorite fun sing song?
Well, I really enjoyed the newest Fun Sing song with the itchy, scratchy.
Flea fly
Mosquito.
Flea fly mosquito.
That's a lot of fun.
It's fun. I gotta get it down for next year, since I wasn't actually there for the original. So it's an interesting one. So I gotta practice it some.
And when Travis, when you fell and you were crushed by the large can of spray,
Yeah.
And you're like, save yourselves, keep going.
I thought that would be a nice touch. And I wasn't sore for very long, so it's good. It's good.
Yeah, when you throw yourself onto concrete.
Yeah.
Flea fly mosquito, I really enjoyed that. That was, it was just brief enough and, gets the job done, I
Gets
guess.
it done. Gets them fired up. The kids loved it. It was great. I'm glad. And that just gives me another reason. You can go to benandtravis.com/fun scene.
That's
You
right.
can
Always.
videos. Most of them have lyrics. I don't think I put the flea fly mosquito lyrics on the video. I need to do that. But the rest of them, if you've ever questioned, and we do get questioned a lot, what about this song and the lyrics? benandtravis.com/fun scene. Cayron, as always, it's amazing to hang out with you. And I'm just over here learning all kinds of stuff, trying to get smart. One day I'll get there. You guys smarten me up.
You're a motivator, and that's the thing about it. But you guys, y'all have a great thing going. I can't believe how long y'all have been doing this now. And I hope more and more people just see the benefits, hear the benefits of what y'all are out there doing, helping, healing, and humor throughout the whole thing.
Thanks for being with us for this episode of the Helping Healing Humor podcast. Be sure to download our free ebook, 28 Days of Focused Living, at benandtravis.com and receive all of our Helping Healing and Humor extra content directly in your inbox. We look forward to having you join us at the same Ben and Travis time, same Ben and Travis channel.